In order to develop the single table multi-auth, that means using the single guard. Single guard means actually the default system that is given here. You see there is only one table. So I will go to manage all the users using the same table, that means users table. So if I want to add customer, his data will be in the users table. If I want to add admin, then admin will be in the same table also. That means one table but multiple type of users. So I will manage a role management system here. Okay, so let's do that. I am going to show it. So in order to do that, I have created a help file for you. I am going to load that text file here. So this is a help file. This is actually the step-by-step procedure how you can implement a multi-authentication using the single table or single guard from scratch. So every code is given here. I already have completed these things. That is, I've installed the breeze in these steps using all these steps here. And now I have also have done something, that is, I am going here and showing you how to activate the email verification system. I already have showed you this. So this step is also done. So what is my next step? I am going on by one from here so you can understand. You see that I will have to update this table because there is a field missing, that is role field. If I want to add users of different roles in the same table, then you must have to create a role field here. But you see there is actually no role field here. Okay, so I will have to go to the migrations file and I will have to add something here. So I am going to copy these two lines, and now I am going to my migration, that means database migrations. And you see there is a users table and this is the users table, and users table here some information are given: name, email verified, password. So after the password I am going to add these two fields, that is, one is role, another one is status. Role means admin, vendor and customer. For example, total 3 items, total 3 types of users. One is admin, another one is vendor and another one is customer. Okay, so default is customer. That means when a person will create account in and insert the data in the users table for the first time, then he will be treated as customer here. Okay, so this is the default role. Another one is, you see, status. It will be actually status. So status will be active or inactive. So I use the enum system here so that you can just select any one of this or this, and also from here this or this, and default will be inactive because a person when he will create an account here, he will be inactive. Or if you want, you can treat it in many ways, as I have email verified at activate, but remember that you can make any customer anytime inactive. So you can also use this. So I just write like this on a status extra field, that is status, it will be active or inactive. So if I now run migrate fresh, this command I will run here, php artisan migrate fresh. So from the beginning the migration will be happened again. So go to the here. Okay, no logout is needed. If I run the migrate fresh, then this user will again be deleted from here, but no problem, I will create it again. So terminal, new terminal, php artisan migrate fresh. Now if I go to reload my users table, you will see this is empty, but a new role and status field, 2 fields are created here, role and status, and here type is enum, like this and like this. Okay, now what I will do, I will again go here to register a new user again. For example, Smith @gmail.com. Password will be password, like this, and click on register. Then an email will be sent to the email address, and you will have to wait for some time for this. So if I wait, you see that the email comes here. Okay, so email comes, verify email address, click here, yes, verified and logged in. So this is the step. If I refresh, you see this user is email verified at, and this user is active. Okay, this user is not inactive, but email is verified. Okay. So here I am going to close this one. I am going to next step. So here you see that add demo data to table. Use seeder. Using the seeder, I can add the demo data into my table. Here I am going to seeder. You see there is no seeder now. So what I can do, I can create a seeder here in order to add demo data, or if you want you can manually do that. So it actually depends on you how you will create the information. I am going to add that manually. I am not going to use the seeder. If you want to know about seeder more, you can see my lecture of the seeder, so you will understand how to create seeder and how to insert the demo data into the table. I am, for my quick approach, I am going to copy this one for quickly. For example, the admin name is my name, Arifin, email is admin, password is the same, so I am not going to touch it. And here this is not customer, he is admin, and admin is, for example, active. So I am going to create user. You see admin user is created. Okay, so everything is okay. So one is customer, another one is admin, and another user I am going to copy from the admin, that is vendor. So I am going to give the name vendor. Vendor is, for example, David, and here his name is David, and here he is vendor, and he is also active. As I am not going to work with active or inactive right now, so you can make everyone active, no problem. I am going to make customer also active. So sometimes it may be needed, so I just add this, but in this tutorial it will actually not be needed more. But in your real application you will need to add this. Okay, because an admin can make any customer who is email verified, that is okay, his email is okay and valid, he is a real customer, that is also okay, but admin can inactive any customer. So if admin makes any customer inactive, he will not be able to log in this system. So it can be your real situation, but for now it is actually not so much important. Role is the main thing you will have to keep your mind. So here you can add, I added total 3 users. This you can use seeder or you can use manually. So I am going now to another step, that is views. Where I can go, you see that in the resources, in the views there is no admins. For example, I am going to do something so that when an admin will give his email address and password, he will be taken to the admin dashboard. When a vendor will give his email and password, he will be taken to the vendor dashboard, and when a customer will give his username and password, then he will be taken to the customer dashboard. So this is my task now, and I am going to show you. So for that reason, you see there is already a dashboard here. This one is actually customer dashboard, because if you logged in here, you see that this is a dashboard, right? So which dashboard is this? This dashboard is implemented in this system, and this is customer dashboard. But I want to make the admin dashboard a bit different. So in the views, I am going to create a folder that is admin, and into the admin I am going to create dashboard.blade.php, and I am going to create another folder that is vendor, and into the vendor I am going to create another one that is dashboard.blade.php. So in the admin dashboard.blade.php, I am going to give here admin panel, and in the vendor dashboard I am going to give the name that is vendor panel. Okay, so like this. And for these two things, you see I created these two files, view, and in the controller I will have to make a controller for this. For example, I am going to make a controller, not back panel. Here I give a straight admin into the admin panel, and here, for example, vendor into the vendor controller. Okay, so I am going to create a controller into app http controllers. Here into the admin folder there will be a controller, admin controller. I am going to copy this code, paste it, php addition make controller into the admin folder, admin controller will be created. You see admin folder is created, and into there admin controller comes here. Similarly, a vendor folder will be created, and a vendor controller.php file will be come here. You see this is the vendor folder, vendor controller.php comes here. So this is the step. Now after that, what I will do, in the admin controller I will create a function that is dashboard. Okay, so in the admin controller I am going to create a function that is public function dashboard, and here view equal to admin.dashboard. You see I already have created the view, that is admin.dashboard, so it will work perfectly. So similar thing I am going to do for the vendor controller. I am going to copy, and in the vendor controller here I am going to paste this one. This is another dashboard function, vendor.dashboard. So this view file will be loaded, vendor.dashboard. So okay, so these steps are done. Now in the web.php I am going to call the admin. Here it will be admin, for example, and in the vendor here you can call the vendor. Into the vendor there I can call the vendor controller. So admin controller and vendor controller, these two items I am going to add into my web.php. This is my main route. Here I call app http controllers admin controller, app http controllers vendor controller. Okay, and the next step is middleware. So I will have to create a route. I am going without middleware. First I am going to create normal route here. Okay, so this is admin dashboard, this is my route name, and admin controller and dashboard is the function, this one. And similarly for the vendor I am going to create a vendor, this one, in the vendor controller dashboard. Okay, perfect. Now let's check it if it is working or not. So I am going to give here admin dashboard. So you see it is working, and if I give here vendor dashboard, then vendor panel, this one is loading, the H1 vendor panel, right? So it is working, this one, and for the vendor this one is coming, dashboard, vendor dashboard. So these two are working, but the problem is if I do not call any middleware, what will happen? If I log out from this system, so I am logged out situation, that means no user is logged in. But if I give here that is admin then dashboard, you see it is showing, but it should not show because the admin did not log in here, but still it is showing. So for that reason I will have to call a middleware, this one, and the middleware will be ended in this way. So admin will be into the auth middleware in this way. You can put both the items into here like this, no problem, but there is a problem, I will show you. So first remember that middleware auth, if now admin is not logged in, you will not be able to show this. If you also go to the vendor dashboard, you will not be able to see the dashboard because you did not log in. But now if I log in, then what will happen? So I am going to log in as a customer, that means Smith is the customer, right? So here password. Now when login, not this one, normally here when Smith will log in, he should come here because Smith is customer. So customer dashboard is here by default, that is given in the breeze. But when I will give only the vendor login, that means when the vendor will try to log in, that means David, then he will only see the vendor dashboard. But I will fix this one now, and in order to fix this thing I will have to call separate middleware for this. So because I am going to copy this thing again, and remember that for admin there will be one middleware, and from vendor there will be another middleware. Auth is okay, this auth middleware, both the items will use the auth middleware, and that is working, you see. But with that I am going to add another thing, that is role. So here I am going to call here role admin. I will pass this one from here, and here will be role vendor. That means this middleware will also check the role. So if the role is admin here, then only he will be taken to the admin dashboard, and then the role, if it is vendor as a role, then he will be taken to the vendor dashboard. So so remember this, and it is very important. Okay, so now my task is to create a middleware, because in order to work with this, middleware means role is a middleware, right? But here I do not have any middleware by the name role. So in the terminal I am going to create a middleware, PHP partition make middleware, role middleware. So you will see into my app http middleware, a role middleware.php file comes. Okay, so here I will have to write a code, that is I am going to show you, that is this one. So in the role middleware before going to the next step, I am going to call it. So request of user, that means the user information, and in the user information the role. So if the logged in user, that means when user is logged in, then it will check if the logged in user role is equal to this role. This is which role? I am going to call a parameter here, that is role. Where this role will come, when you will hit the when you will hit the route, it will check if auth medular. If auth is passed, then it will check if the role is admin. So this role has a value admin. This will be taken to the role medular in this variable, and I will check if the logged in user who logged in, if his role is equal to this role of the medular, then he will be taken to the next step. That means the normally what should be happen, that will be happen. But if there is any mismatch in these two values, then you will see a 404 error. So that is the logic here. And another important thing to give here, that is the kernel.php was in the previous version of Laravel, so we had to register any medular into the kernel.php, but in the Laravel 11 there is no kernel. So how I can manage this? So in order to register this role medular, I will have to go bootstrap, and into the bootstrap you will see there is the app.php file. Open that, and here you will see some new codes here, that is with medular. Okay, so here I will have to write this code. So in the with middleware, here I will have to add this extra code here. I am going to copy and paste it here, So medular alias equal to role. So this role as a medular I have registered here, app http medular and role medular. So the task I worked in the kernel, and I am now going to work the same thing into the app.php. So this is the step. Okay, so role medular also I did the code. Authenticated session controller, here I will have to add a simple call here. Remember that when in the bridge system, when some request is sent, it actually go to the authenticate session controller when you want to try to log in, and it comes in this place, and request authenticate is the function, and it checks if what you are giving to give the value, if it matches, that is the authenticate function, and session regenerate. Okay, and here it redirect you to the intended route dashboard. Okay, so here I will have to add some extra code. That means if the request user, the user who is requesting his role, if it is admin, then the user will be sent to the admin dashboard, and if the role is vendor, then he will be taken to the vendor dashboard, and if the user is not any of this, then normally the program will come in this line and it will take to the normal dashboard. That means what you are seeing it now, this is normal dashboard. Okay, so this is the step. Now I am going to check if there is any further things here. In the admin dashboard there is a logout button needed, and in the vendor dashboard, yes, my task is almost finished. I will have to go to the controller now. No, not controller, I will have to go to the view now. So in the view admin dashboard.blade, here I am going to paste it. It is just logout. This route already defined here. You see that in the Smith here is already logout. If you click here, it will be logged out. Same code I am going to apply here. Okay, so if you click on the logout, it will be submit as post, and I will submit form method is equal to post. This is not a normal link, it is actually post. And so if he clicks here, it will, this event will be fired on click event prevent default this closed form submit. That means this route, that is the logout route. If you go to the if you want to see where is the route, you can go to web.php, and you see there is auth.php. that means here you will see the logout. If I search by logout, you will see that this is the post controller. Okay, post route. So route post logout authenticate session controller destroy. That means it will call actually from here. That is authenticate session controller. Here you see there is a destroy method. So here auth guard web logout will be happen, and session will be invalidated, and session will be regenerate token. This function will work, and it will redirect you to the home page after logout. Okay, so this is the thing. I am going to close all the things from here. So what I did in the case of this dashboard, similar thing I will do in the case of vendor dashboard. Same code, logout code is same for all the users. So if I click here, you see logout done. And if you want to log in as an admin, I will show you. First I will log in as an admin. Okay, so admin means who is the admin. Here admin@gmail.com. So I give here admin@gmail.com. Password is password. Okay, so click on login. You see admin panel comes, right? So it is perfectly working. It did not take me to the user dashboard or customer dashboard. It takes me to the admin dashboard. So log out again. Yes, logout is working. If you now try to go to the admin dashboard, you see it will not work. It takes you to the login page. So now I will log in as a vendor. So vendor is David. So David gmail.com, password is password. And if I click on the login, it should take you to the, I am going to log out, and sometimes session variable and many other things makes a problem. So I am going to log in again. So login, refresh. So vendor is actually David, right? So here I am going to copy and paste it and password. You see that you are taken to the vendor panel, right? So it is working. And now if I refresh, now if I want to log in as a customer, that means default the customer was Smith. He is the main customer. I'm going to check Smith, he is a customer. Okay, now password, that means if you click on login, it will take you to the default dashboard. Okay, so everything is working. So when you go to the profile section, you can update your profile from here, and similarly admin can update his profile using the profile. That means admin like this, password. Okay, so if you now want to change the profile, you will have to go to the profile, because admin, customer and vendor, every person are going to change the profile from here, right? So you can just change your profile from here. But if you want, you can set up a separate dashboard panel, a separate login system for the admin. If you want, you can also do that. Actually, it depends on how you want to manage the things. But I hope you have understood the basic how you can manage separate types of users using the single table.